Well, we wanted a certain,
A particular stage plan.
and we never got it because
Yeah.
it had to be like
Yeah.
suitable for everyone's band,
Yeah.
and then
So it's
and
changed.
Vadoon. Yeah,
But-
so we couldn't really get what we really wanted because of the other bands and Vadoon, the main band.
We wanted the electric kit for Lawrence to play the drums on.
We couldn't get
We
one.
couldn't get one because
Yeah.
it was in the stage
on
plan.
the,
No, it wasn't in the stage
It
plan.
wasn't on the
It wasn't on-
instrument.
yeah, it wasn't on the
list.
Tech
So we
specs
couldn't
that we
use
gave
that.
Grant.
And it
And
was
then,
too late.
yeah, he didn't want to change them
Yeah.
the like couple days before.
And the guitar as well.
So
Yeah.
we had to do
Yeah.
that.
We
And the
couldn't make the
guitar.
guitar, but at the end it happened.
Yeah.
There was another thing. I think Rafi's group needed 4 mics, but because it wasn't in the stage plan,
There was only
Yeah.
like 3.
there was only 3.
Yeah, but
You have to
that's
share
again,
my-
I think, with the stage plans because some people's, you know how originally there was one at the front and then 3 at the back.
Yeah.
That got changed.
Yeah, so Rafi
And
had
then
to
at
take
one
one
point-
mic to
yeah.
the piano.
I think basically at the end, like everyone, like there was a stage plan for every group, but then at the end, like it got, I think it was a bit last minute, so
Yeah.
that's why we just go with like the next best thing.
Yeah, because we had to perform on one day, so everyone had to play
Everyone
on
just
that
kind
one
of
day.
like
Yeah.
made do with what we had. Like no one, I don't think anyone actually got like,
What they,
What they wanted.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bravo June, I think they got what they asked for.
Yeah,
But like everyone else didn't get
there was a lot of stuff missing. As well.
yeah, like
That's
everything
lack
they
of
wanted.
communication between the bands as well.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's true.
With the issue with the people coming on Wednesday instead of Thursday, that was because there was
Promotion.
no communication between the other bands. So
No one
Amanda
knew.
that had to go and put that all on social media.
Yeah.
She didn't know that it was updated.
Yeah, it's
so
true,
we
yeah.
needed to communicate with the people that from other bands that were doing. So I communicated with Rafi, and she was in charge of the posters as well, like me.
Mhm.
So I did speak to her, but I didn't know that I had to speak to Amina, or Amina didn't speak to me. So then we didn't. I didn't even know it got sent to her. As
Yeah,
well.
because I think if we did it again, like, you know how I was communicating between like Vodoon and
Yeah.
Grant and Chloe and Ollie, I feel like we should have had someone doing that for the bands because
Yeah.
there was like a lot of things that happened.
Organised.
Like even with Vodoon, there were still issues like they wanted. First they bring their guitar and their bass amps and everything, and then the day before they told me they might not be able to bring it, and then obviously Grant was like, "I'm not changing it."
Yeah.
So that was already awkward, like, and
Yeah.
that could have been avoided if we had spoken about it before and known, because where like lots of us were using the guitar amp, even then he was still like, no. But for like, if we had that within our bands, we could have known who wanted what, and then made sure, because we could have even come up with like a stage plan that worked for everyone,
Everyone, yeah.
just a universal one, because instead we just got like a little bit of a
We
mishmash.
kind
of
of just had to go on and
just make do and
make
move
do
things.
and
and
just hope for the
Issues,
best,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
I think what could have gone better was the promotion, like on the internet and just
100%.
outside.
Yeah, a lot.
Like there could have been posters. I think the poster should have went up at least 2 weeks.
But I think it
before
was quite
the
last
event.
minute, because even
It was the
But-
same day that
yeah,
we
yeah,
did the
but you know
poster.
when we
Also-
had that week when we were, was it like the last week of the half term?
Yeah.
Before we went on the half term, and then that's when we found out who the band was. It wasn't until the first week back we knew
Yeah.
anything about them.
I
So
think if we
how
had
can we
known
promote
about
it?
the back,
We need to move the thing to it.
I think
And we also didn't know exactly. We were still unsure about the date and the time as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because that's why
Until,
the poster still said the 11th, because we thought it was 2
Yeah.
nights. So then
That's why people came. in.
yeah.
That's why
The
people
wrong day.
came at the time.
There's
Wow.
lack of communication and
Mhm.
as well like the people organising these bands
What went
needed
well?
to like let us
What
know.
went well on the day?
on the day. Well, I think for our group we didn't have any like technical
Yeah,
problems. Like everything
Yeah.
went quite
Except for the
smoothly
sustain
for
pedal on
us.
the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, we didn't have anything that really like altered our performance.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think
I mean, it could always be better, but
yeah, I feel like if we had a sound check, then obviously we would have known about the pedal and stuff.
I felt like I sounded a bit weird though. I don't know if it's because I was nervous, but usually when I am nervous, it doesn't come through with my voice. But I feel like this time it did.
I think
was
it's
a bit
because we didn't
confused.
like as a band we hadn't performed in that space. Does that was like the first time that we all stood there.
And there
Yeah,
was
and-
the sound check.
Yeah,
yeah,
this-
That's
so
what I mean.
don't-
Like we didn't have a run through of it, so
Yeah.
when we were doing it, we didn't.
We
know
didn't
how
know
it
what we
gonna-
was gonna sound like through the speakers,
Yeah.
basically.
I think we should-
Through
we should
that
have
type of
sound check.
because probably different type of equipment that they're using.
Wait, what stopped us from having sound check? Was it
I think someone
Another-
booked the
someone put? Oh, okay.
thing.
I think the soundtrack would
So
have
everything
been.
got pushed back.
Yeah.
I think the soundtrack would have been like really beneficial,
Mhm.
like, not just for us but for everyone.
For the whole night.
Yeah.
Like even if it was like really small one, just to know what you would sound like.
Yeah.
Mm,
Even though it went well, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
it would have been better.
could have been better as expected.
What's the next thing?
But there was smooth changes between the bands, so
I don't know if I
I,
agree
I,
with
dis-
that.
I disagree with that
like
because
the bands.
I
Oh,
don't.
no,
agree
the
with
songs
that.
I don't think so, but with the bands.
No, because I was
No,
working on
No,
the
no,
bar.
the bands,
disagree.
the bands,
And
I
you
think that was
guys-
okay.
No,
Like, the
I don't.
transition
not with
between-
every
think it
band.
was.
Not
But
with
the
every
we went
band.
on-
individual group, like us, when we were transitioning into
No,
different
see,
songs,
I
it was
would
bad.
disagree. Like,
think it
I was
bad.
on the bar, and then you know
Oh,
how
you
like
saw
we have a
everything.
manager
Mhm.
who's meant to say like you're going on stage in 2 minutes kind of thing. I didn't know that we were going on stage. No one came and told me. And I think that with the bar that was another thing because I ended up working the bar the whole time. So like instead of doing like one person with a member of staff, there was no member of staff with us the whole time. And then, which is not a big deal. Like it's only like 7 like £3 beers or
Yeah.
£3 wines. It wasn't a big deal, but it was kind of long because like when you guys were going on stage, like you know how like I just had to quickly like
You had
run
no
to the
warning. You
stage.
just-
No one
Yeah.
told me. I didn't know, and then my literally like 2 girls that like I invited down turned around and said, "Isn't that your band about to go on?" And I was like, "Shit." And then I just had to like leave the bar and like quickly grab a money to go in the bar because it wasn't like
And I
organised
was,
enough.
yeah, I was in the box.
Yeah,
office
and
place.
you didn't.
I
and
was
you're not
locked.
even in there.
I was locked away from everyone. I
You
just had
didn't
to
know.
listen to and guess which would be
Yeah.
the last song and
I
then
think,
go.
yeah.
So
I think like either we could have done timings, like expect to be ready to go on stage at this time, but then obviously that goes with like the sound check. If we had a full sound check, we could have done that. Like the
That's true,
logistics.
and we could have like as you said about timing. Times like okay, this song's gonna be this song. I know
Yeah,
when
exactly.
to go on.
Like you're on at like 20 to 7. You're on
and
at 7
obviously
o'clock, like,
some of us wouldn't even know who's
move there.
like say for example Soulful Distortion. Yeah. No, we didn't actually know which was their last song. Who was the last person that was leading the
Yeah.
song for us to go?
But I think that's
like-
again for the bands. Like I think we did it a little bit,
That could have been an improvement.
but yeah,
Yeah.
no, I feel like we did it a little bit. Like I spoke a little bit before my song, and you spoke a little bit before yours. I'm sure did you everyone speak? Did you speak?
Yeah,
But like that was, I didn't know on that setup how long everyone takes to move to where they were going.
Mhm.
So I didn't know
Yeah.
how long to keep
yeah,
talking
because
for.
I was
And I
com-
couldn't like
yeah.
see behind me,
Mhm.
so I was like, I don't want to talk over it if everyone's
Yeah,
ready to go and then run over our set.
Yeah,
So,
so,
it was,
yeah, that's true.
a bit
Because I was
difficult.
just standing there and I didn't know what to do.
yeah.
So I need to be like, I feel like I should have explained about the
I
song.
think we actually should have talked between
Yeah.
the songs.
Yeah.
because
But it's like
But it
so.
was so because
yeah,
like when I
it
started
was
the audience
speaking,
was awkward.
That's when
everything.
Ollie
The
said
audience
the beat
wasn't-
had problems.
because when I was
Yeah.
when I started speaking, and then I was like, do I carry on speaking? Or
Yeah,
like,
'cause
that's
it's
why
like-
I
it's
asked,
like
like, is
the-
everyone ready?
Yeah,
Because
they're,
I
probably,
didn't
they're
want
just there with like straight face, like okay, get on with it.
Because you know when you see like a band performing and then the person keeps talking and talking and talking
Yeah.
and everyone,
It dragged
I
out.
didn't want to do that, and then I didn't want to spend like 3 minutes talking because you know when you're on stage and then like you
3
just
minutes is
keep
a
going
while.
and you don't know how to stop what you're saying, and then I didn't want to do that for like
Yeah,
a
and
whole
you might-
song's length.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we
Like,
didn't
if
have
we
that
just,
long.
like,
Maybe
I think
just
that's also
yeah.
During the
partially to do with like the changes as
and
well.
the soundtrack, we should during
In
the
a
soundtrack,
sound
we
check,
should
we
have
shouldn't-
done
long.
Not even just a
'Cause we
sound
would
check,
know
like we
about
should
what-
have had
yeah.
a whole run through,
a rehearsal
Yeah,
A
we should
whole-
what to
of-
do
of
when the song
Yeah.
ends.
a whole like full run through of
Yeah.
everything.
Basically, like well, you wasn't here, but when we had to do what was up when we had to do about the 4 areas of study, and we had like that 1 minute sound check.
When
We
you
went-
were in first year.
yeah,
Yeah.
we went through the song for like a minute, checked the mics and everything.
Yeah,
and
even
then-
if we did
yeah.
that. But I think that was the original
'cause at
plan.
least
That was supposed to happen.
Yeah, 'cause
but
I
then
couldn't-
the
But it's
Yeah.
not
Kind of
like
pushed
we didn't have control over if someone booked the like.
yeah, we
Do
didn't.
you know what I mean? Like
That's
that's something that's like a bit higher than us. Like we can't say no one's allowed to book the theatre from this time till this time. So
That's true.
if we were told that it was going to be okay, like it was booked,
Yeah.
and then it wasn't, like obviously we can't do anything for that. But then I think our band pulled through that really well. Like I think we rehearsed quite a bit. Like we booked rooms to
I actually don't
rehearse.
think we actually did.
And I didn't think we
I
rehearsed a
think
lot, but I'm
out of our
saying
group, we did the
for what?
the shortest amount.
No,
of
the shortest
rehearsing,
amount.
But it actually came out. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
but I'm saying when we rehearsed, like I feel like we actually rehearsed properly. Like you know
Yeah.
when we booked the time to rehearse, like that was it. Our rehearsal.
Yeah, but at least
didn't
we
mess
did.
around.
We did
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
rehearse like say about 3 times, because imagine we only rehearsed when we had band workshop. Just imagine how that could have turned
That
out.
was
Yeah,
like
that's what I
about how
mean.
long? Like 2 hours and
Yeah,
30
but then
minutes.
we
Yeah.
booked like 3 other sessions outside of the time. But then obviously, like with our band, like we didn't have the whole songs finished.
Yeah.
At the like we still did your song.
Yeah, we had little parts.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
we still had to
Yeah.
finish in touches.
Yeah.
But then I think because we were still constantly working and we got your song done early and then my song done, it then gave us more room to work around with what we needed to work with.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was like a negative. I wouldn't say our rehearsal time was negative
Yeah,
because
I
I
think
feel
it's
like
positive.
we
Yeah.
used it like
The speed in which we got the songs
Yeah.
on was very
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
like I think we worked
We-
well for
Efficient.
us.
Like
yeah,
for
like
the timing that we
efficiently.
had, we did quite well, to be honest, because like knowing that we're just starting from scratch,
Yeah.
like most of the
Yeah.
time, and we also made all of us did our own songs.
Yeah, we did. We were the only group that didn't do any covers.
We didn't do any
Yeah.
of
We
that.
didn't do covers.
So-
Everyone else done a cover. Which I was
So
quite-
that is
That's
a
true, yeah.
positive. So from our group, and that also means that if you didn't have the song before, that
Yeah.
means you also had to take out your own time, private time, to finish off the song.
Yeah, but that's exactly.
And
it.
it's not like you want it quick. Like you want it. Obviously, you want to do it quick, but you want it to sound good.
Yeah,
and,
but that's what I mean.
yeah.
Like I feel like we all actually worked quite well in what we were doing, to the point where we didn't have to cover a song because we
Yeah.
didn't have a song. Like, and we even had more songs that we had to take out of the set list
Yeah.
because it was too long. So
Yeah.
I think we worked quite well in the end.
Yeah.
Obviously.
The actual songs, how do you think like each song went?
The actual songs.
Like, is there any negatives about a song? Like something didn't come out right?
Well, with
The
my
volume.
song, like it was played too fast.
It was too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it could have been better if you just.
Yeah. Slow down.
but I think that's like a communication with the drummer
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but we already discussed
Yeah,
it.
That's what I mean, though. But
Discussed
once
it.
you
as well, like before.
like in this setting, you can't say look.
But it's kind
Play
of
it
hard.
properly
Like when
or
you're in the
don't.
moment,
So yeah.
you kind of lose a lot
That's
of
what I
information.
mean.
just
It's
playing.
difficult because you can say like someone can tell me sing this harmony and then you can get there and you don't know what you're
Yeah,
doing. Or you
yeah.
forget. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
it's a
true.
live performance thing. It's not like a recording where you can just keep
Yeah.
starting over. But I don't think it was like noticeable.
Yeah.
It wasn't like oh this song's really
It's
fast
too
or oh
fast,
this
yeah.
is so slow. It was just like okay. Like I don't think anyone really noticed the tempos.
Yeah.
Only noticed because he told me about it.
Yeah.
afterwards, but yeah.
Is it that fast? The one you
Yeah.
said?
He was like it
It was
sounded
quite
like it
fast.
sounded like he was rapping.
Because yours was quite like you had a lot of words.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think that was something like, say, if we were in rehearsals, like it's one of the things that how do you control that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, say for Lawrence when he's drumming, you could tell Lawrence go slower, but then if on the night he plays faster,
You can't really stop the song.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
can
like
just
we
slow
could have
down.
stopped the song and slowed it down, but I don't feel like we chose to be quite like.
Like we didn't want to risk anything.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like we
wrong.
wanted to. Like,
'Cause
that's
it's
why
like-
I
'cause we're
didn't
Like
studying,
just get
yeah.
through it and
Yeah,
You
we
know,
don't wanna
just
be
go with it. Like,
unprofessional.
you don't be
But
like,
I think
oh,
it was
it's
like, you know,
Yeah.
where the song was going faster. Like, I don't feel like anyone. Well, I don't know. I didn't
I actually
feel
didn't
like.
notice.
I'd noticed a little bit, but I didn't feel like it was really affecting the song to the sense of like they're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
felt like the audience was still gonna.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It wasn't like
it's
it
not
was
like
done
it's,
like.
it was completely out.
Yeah,
the-
it wasn't
out of-
crazy
out of
fast.
tempo.
It was just a bit faster, so it made it harder for like the verses, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, like that's not like you can't see that happening when you're planning. If something like that happens, then you can stop it. But I feel like we were like not polished, but we definitely went for like the more like professional. This is our song. Do it
Yeah.
properly thing
Yeah.
rather than stop. Let's change this.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But then we didn't use like like was it Soulful Distortion or Untitled had the
What did they do?
with Ceresa's song with the track. Whose band is that?
Backing track.
That's
Soulful
Soulful Distortion.
Yeah, like we didn't do anything like that. We didn't have many variables, like things that could have gone wrong.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
And we
But
did.
I think
we
it paid
also,
off.
But we also didn't even have that much time to be adding those type of things.
Yeah.
Plus,
So
we
then-
didn't even think about it.
No,
That's
I
true.
did.
We thought about it for your song.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
In the
I
start.
didn't think about it for my song.
We were talking about it in here and we were
Yeah.
saying
And
'cause
then
what I
Ollie,
sang on the
Ollie was like, it's
verse-
better to like do something on. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he
Budget
did. He
thing.
did
Because it was a
say
bit
something like
complicated,
that.
do you remember?
I remember now.
But I still don't think it was like.
But I think that is a.
I feel
that's a
like for
good
our
thing,
style,
though,
like for
'cause-
our songs, if I put something like technical things on my song,
It's gonna
it
kinda
wouldn't
change
have
the song,
gone. Like it would have been a completely different thing. And
Did you notice that I played your song on e-piano?
Yeah.
It was transposed, but it was
Yeah.
on e-piano for like the first verse.
you know when I heard you
Oh
play the right chord, I was
gosh.
like, look, it just doesn't matter what sound it is. It's transposed. It's fine. Because I was so scared. I thought I don't want to have to like tell him to stop and be like, no, that's the wrong key.
It's like shit,
Oh my
Rafi left on
God.
e-piano. Then I went to verse, I was like,
I think after like say someone's playing piano, after they finish, they should put it back to normal.
Yeah. But I think
'Cause-
that's like again like tech people. If we had a sound check, we would have come on after Rafi's. Oh no, we would have been before Rafi's group.
no, but I think
So either way,
I think that was
probably
my
happened.
error. Because I really didn't look at
Yeah.
the thing.
I know, but
But I
like,
think that again is with the talking. Like if we'd gone on and started like speaking and whatever.
That would have been like a quick 5
That's
seconds.
what I
to
mean, you
check
change
everything.
it,
Yeah.
check everything.
But then at the same time,
Plus, I was nervous. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let me
Yeah.
just
like
get
we
through the
we
song.
didn't. I didn't even know how long our set was going to end up being because
I
we
don't
didn't
know
have a
too.
whole sound check. I thought like, well, moving from like the Juno downstairs
Mhm.
to the piano is a lot different from moving in here. So I was like, what if that takes like 3 times as long?
Yeah,
Like,
because here it's like walk, sit
yeah,
down.
do you know what I mean?
There
And
it's
you
like
can start
walk,
straight.
walk,
You have to walk
walk,
around.
sit.
You can't like look
we were
weird because
always
you're in
in
front
this
of an audience.
room. We didn't know like.
Yeah,
how-
I think even when
Also,
we
we
were
didn't
in
know how it was going
139,
to sound as well.
Yeah, because it's a different.
it's a completely different
structure.
acoustic.
Different.
Yeah, and environment as well.
Yeah. There's more
The
space in the
space,
theatre.
yeah.
Here's just
That's true.
confined
Yeah,
to a box.
I
So,
don't
like,
know,
you
but I
hear
just
the,
felt
like,
like
it
I
sound
sounded
loud there,
so
but in the
weird.
theatre it might sound like quite.
I
loud.
think that
I don't know
I
why. Like I'm so confused,
performed
and I didn't even like
weirdly.
listening to myself. Back
Yeah,
'cause-
when I heard it back, I wasn't pleased. But I think it's because we didn't have a sound check.
Yeah.
And it was awkward. Like, obviously, this is like the first performance I've done in college.
Mhm.
So, like, that was the first time I've ever even stood in that space of a
Yeah.
college. So, it was awkward and it was nervous. And then, like, I don't know. It was just weird. And then, because I don't know if you guys knew, I knew that a lot of the people that were there from promotion side of thing were there because they had to be there. Like,
I don't
That's
know.
another
And
thing.
people that we drew in wasn't a ton of people.
I thought people that
The
were there, like the
clashes.
students were there. I thought they were just there because people said, "Come watch it."
No, no.
I actually
Like,
didn't know
like,
it was
it
mandatory.
wasn't all of
Basically, you had to
them.
they had to be forced like.
Yeah, I didn't know it was
It
mandatory.
wasn't like all of them. Like, we still took like
some people. Yeah, I saw some.
near £100 or like whatever, it was like 80 something
Yeah.
pound. So we still did sell like tickets, but I don't think it was anywhere near as much as it could have been. But then that was promotion, like
The background music.
side.
the background
Yes,
music
the
was funny.
background
But
music.
like
Do
I
you know what
get,
happened? That really like kind of. I pressed play, but I forgot to put shuffle on.
so just
So I just played one whole album of the same artist.
Oh.
So it's Chance the Rapper for the whole freaking hour.
because I don't know, I didn't think it was. Because when I looked at people,
I feel like maybe
when
you
that
should've-
came on, like they were like singing along, like they were
They
seemed
enjoyed
to
this-
be enjoying
but
it.
I got what Ollie was saying, that
I did,
it
but
wasn't
it's
the
again
genre.
a
wasn't
Yeah.
clash.
genre.
But
So
then
they were
our
here thinking it's gonna
genre-
be hip hop.
Our genre wasn't
Yeah.
Vodun's genre.
It wasn't.
It
no
was,
one-
If
did
anything,
anything
it was
like
closer
them.
to the rapping than I don't know. Closer to the
But
rapping.
no one did
than-
anything like them.
Dude.
So like, that's what I mean. Even if we had played, say if at the start we were playing Vodun's like that,
Yeah.
like Afro Doom music, and then what band was first? Untitled.
No, Soulful Distortion.
Soulful
That would have been off
Distortion.
too.
It would have like, why were they playing that? And
Heavy
then this
metal
band's
and
come
then
on.
soul.
And then if you did another one of like Vodun style, and then we
To
came
us,
on, it would have
rapping.
been like, why is this girl like? And I mean, I think our band's name was like worked out quite well because
Eclectic,
we
yeah.
had lots of different styles,
Yeah.
but it still would have looked really weird.
yeah.
It would have sounded weird, and then to go back to that, and then go to
Vodun,
Untitled, and then go back to that,
yeah.
and then get Vodun, like
Yeah.
people would
It's
be
just
confused.
it would be like a random mixture of different
Yeah, it's just
genres
a
of
clash.
music.
So
And
I
then-
think- yeah.
I
That's
think
why
that
I
could've-
think
yeah.
I think the background music, yeah, like
Yeah, I could have.
Yeah, you
done
could've
better.
done-
But
But like as
How do you
Jodie's saying,
match
it
it?
wouldn't have
Nothing would have
fit,
flowed. There
like,
wasn't even
they
when
wouldn't go
we heard
together.
what the band was and then we searched them. I was really confused of how are we
unless I
supposed
put
to
some
support
nice,
them.
Yeah, support
calm
that
indie
band.
But how are we
music.
meant to support that? Like, even how it was kind of like, how do you play music that supports them, but then
And
makes
us.
sense for us to be there?
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, if we were doing it again, I think that we would have to try and find a band that either,
I think we'd have to know
like,
the band that we're
encompass us-
supporting
or
first.
yeah, or if if they said to us like it's a band with this influence and that influence
Yeah.
from the beginning, we could have all wrote.
Then
for
we
that.
That's
could-
true. We
yes.
could have wrote music,
But
to
we found
fit
out
it. Yeah, do you get
3
me?
weeks. Was it?
So
It's like
we
2
already
weeks
had our
before the
songs,
gig.
and then
Our
they
songs were
came-
done, rehearsed.
Yeah.
Then we found out who the band was. So I think in
Kinda
that term,
weird.
like next
Yeah.
time, if we get to have more of like a hands-on approach to it and do things ourselves, then I definitely think we should look for acts that
Suit our
and
styles.
yeah,
and
just a
stuff,
bit closer because I
yeah.
feel like it was
Yeah.
really distant. The
Yeah.
Yeah,
style.
It
like-
was because
There's
okay,
a big difference.
because we had like say R&B, pop,
Yeah, those like
Gospel.
similar sort of
like
styles.
similar
Gospel
genres and
as well,
styles.
yeah.
Yeah. And then-
Gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miriam's
My
song.
mum was
And
like,
then afterwards
oh.
you have like Vodun
I
and
was like,
West
she's
And
very
it's not
brave.
even,
Even
that
though
they're
it's-
not
even
good
though
though.
Vodun
They were
is
so
good,
good, but
it's
like
just a
it
whole
just
different
didn't
genre.
it
fit.
didn't flow.
It
The
didn't
evening
flow,
didn't.
it didn't
Well,
fit.
no, I feel like the support acts flowed,
So when Vodun
and then when
came, it was
Vadu
like a
came,
punch to the
it
chest.
was like what Ollie said. Like it felt like almost like two separate.
Yeah, it was like
Part.
it was
And
like
then people
okay.
left.
And
Yeah.
It's true. It was like okay, the music that I like is gone. Time for me to leave.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I wouldn't
Yeah,
even
but
do that,
then
though.
that's not our fault
I
though,
wouldn't do that.
because if people are going
But,
to leave,
but if
because
people
that's not
paid their money and then they decided they were going to leave,
That's their fault.
That's what I'm
we're
saying.
not. It's not like we're
yeah.
giving them their money back. Like we still made money on their tickets,
Yeah.
but at the
Yeah.
same time, like I don't know.
we can't
you
force
obviously
them
want
to
the
be there
audience
because they
to
don't
be
like
there.
that type of music.
Yeah.
as well, so.
But that's what I mean. Like, say if we were doing someone that was like supporting for someone that was similar in style.
I think you'll be able
It
to
would've-
communicate with
yeah.
the audience so much better
Yeah.
as well to get them
That's
into
true.
because
And plus-
it's supporting act. Yeah,
Yeah.
is usually there to like get the
Ready,
audience
you're getting
Yeah.
them
pumped
ready.
up for the actual like
Yeah.
performance.
If you, that's
so.
what we
That's
were saying
another
in there. Like, if you
thing.
go to a pop concert and you see some big pop star, there's upcoming pop stars who
Yeah.
open for them. If you go to a rap concert, they're gonna have upcoming rappers. You're not gonna go to a rap concert and get a classical violinist to come and open for them. Like, it doesn't.
Do you know what I
it
saw?
doesn't
Do you know what I saw at the beginning when it was just us performing
Yeah.
for Vodun?
Yeah.
It was very different. The audience, it was more like younger children, just our
Yeah.
age. When Vodun played, all the urban young children they left.
But I think that was again because
And
of the
all the adults came in.
promotion.
Yeah.
Because no one knew.
hmm
Like, I honestly feel like if we do promotion, like, well, we will have to do promotion
The
again
promotion
in
was
summer.
last
The
minute.
promotion was basically non-existent. Like,
The
I'm just
promotion
gonna
was
say
if
it.
Ollie
It didn't
It was
exist.
wanted to get a coffee or print it out. If
Yeah.
you wanted to do either one,
Yeah. If Ollie hadn't
Lucky
done
he
that, we
chose
would
to
have had
print
no
it out, yeah.
promotion.
Yeah.
But that's what I
Yeah.
mean. I think like if we,
it was all just word of mouth.
it was a shambles. Like it was actually a mess. I'm sorry. Like I wish I could say it wasn't, but
And also,
I
like, you
do.
know how they had their merch and stuff? Okay, when you go to gigs, right? Like, the merch is meant to be, like, I don't know, on, like, a pin board and stuff. And it was just,
Yeah.
like, on a little
But
table.
this
and
is
it
the
was,
thing.
like, dark.
They
I
didn't-
asked
dark,
them.
yeah.
I because
Did
obviously I
anyone
had
buy
to
anything from the
They
merch?
just took the free CDs and that's it.
because I had to communicate with the band. I asked them about their merch and said like. This was even a few days before, and I said to them like, do you have like a posters or something? Because you know, for the bar, we had
Yeah.
that big thing.
Yeah.
We could have put things on that if they
Oh, yeah, you
said.
could have, yeah.
But they said that they were going to bring a price list and stuff.
Mm.
So I feel like maybe they didn't like not they didn't want to sell their stuff. Obviously they wanted to sell their stuff, but like they weren't prepared
Prepared.
to do it.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like if I'd been told earlier that we were going to accommodate for like merch table and that was something that was discussed, then I could have asked them ages in advance and we
Yeah.
could have got a big poster sorted out and,
And
that
then,
kind of
like,
thing.
a big kind of merch.
Yeah, so
kind of
people
Yeah.
like when they
thing.
see the stuff, they know what price
But
it
at the
is.
same time, I think it links to promotion because if you have people there that are into Vodun, like if we had promoted, we could have reached Vodun's actual fan base.
Fan base, yeah.
Yes.
But we
Yeah.
didn't even like
We didn't go
permeate the
there.
surface. We didn't even get there.
We did.
I
we
didn't go
didn't.
into
But
depth
the thing is,
about
we don't
that
even
as
know
well,
though.
yeah.
I
We
seriously
know
don't
that.
think
that's
we
what I'm
actually left the
saying.
college with the promotion. I don't
What?
think we,
We
left
didn't-
the college.
No, we
No.
didn't.
It was,
We
it
didn't
was either
look
on
into
Facebook
it.
But then it
or
was the whole
someone's
thing of,
personal
like,
Facebook or just the college.
Because
And the
Lawrence was
college
meant to
didn't
do
know.
the promotion.
Yeah.
But I feel like he didn't.
I think he only told his friends.
Yeah. Because the promotion,
But for
like,
him, not for Vodun.
yeah,
For
but that's
his-
what I'm
for
saying.
us,
But I feel
basically.
like, not that people weren't behind it, but that people weren't behind it.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
You know what I mean?
The
Like,
support and promotion thing was very selfish of us. Like it was very
It
just
was.
us.
Yeah,
wasn't-
no, it was.
Basically,
There
we
was
just
nothing
kept
about it.
Because I feel
just
like
invite
people
we
weren't-
knew.
Yeah.
yeah.
Told them about us, not
Yeah.
really told and then like I don't know,
That's why when
Verdun
Verdun
slipped in the
came,
conversation a
everyone
little
left.
bit. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm performing, blah blah. Oh yeah, and opening back Verdun. Like you said it
Yeah,
like so
yeah.
no yeah.
Yeah. Because that was it. Like I remember like I told so like a lot of people about it. Like I put it on like Twitter and stuff, and like told people like not on public on Twitter, like DM people that always come to gigs and stuff that's happening. And then like I told them about the band and stuff, but they weren't into that music, so they didn't want to come.
Yeah.
But for me, like obviously I wasn't doing the promotion. Everyone promoted a bit, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that wasn't my designated role to
Yeah.
go and get a big audience in or whatever. But like they were told about it, but when they found out like about Vodun and like it's not what they're into, so it's like we had to have a promotion team that was gonna like find out where Vodun perform, what kind of areas
Yeah.
they're in, where their fan base is, to go and promote there.
And because we don't have experience in doing it,
Yeah.
we only gonna attract people that we know and that are probably gonna like the same music that we
Yeah.
do.
We're gonna stay in
So
the
So
we're
we
not-
would
we're
have
not
to
gonna,
like
like-
have a team of people like because we had like Amina doing like the online stuff and Lawrence. I don't even know like because Lawrence's role was quite not vague but like
just get
it
people.
was
to
just
be-
promotion and it was
No,
like
his role was to get people to come.
but
He
I'm
passed
saying
because he got people to come.
yeah no but I'm saying like
Yeah, but we all helped as well.
but to have like a big to get as many people as we would have liked there like an audience that we would have been really pleased to see there would have taken more than just Lawrence and just Amina on social
Yeah.
media. And again, I think it goes back to the thing of needing someone to even if Simon had done it, but we didn't appoint Simon as manager until like the day
The
before or
week.
that
Yeah.
week.
Before, yeah.
So like if we had Simon doing that from the beginning, not that it's his fault, because obviously like
Simon did really well.
yeah he did so
Yeah,
well.
he
That's what I'm
did
saying.
really
Like
well. I
yeah.
was
but
actually
like
pretty
it,
proud of
I
him.
feel like it could have been so good. Like if we had known, like in hindsight, if we could have had someone at the start to communicate within the bands, it
Yeah.
would have worked really well.
And we also like needed each other's numbers and stuff.
Yeah, because I think within our band, having the group chat and stuff, I think it worked well. Like everyone's got the recordings, we all had the harmony stuff, like we could work from
Yeah.
there. But I think within, like taking it outside of just our band,
Yeah.
it could have been good to have a way of communicating with everyone.
Yeah, maybe like a
everyone, yeah.
whole one, like a whole
A
group chat
class,
of
yeah.
everyone. Yeah.
I think like also if not just us as a band but everyone if everyone like as Ollie said about oh yeah we're gonna need to promote and stuff. I think if we like done it earlier and stuff,
Yeah,
a lot of things could have been
Things
done
would have been
so
different.
much.
but then we
better.
didn't even like we keep saying, we didn't even
We didn't know
what
we
band.
didn't know what band.
We thought there were
kept
2
asking
nights.
as well.
Because Ollie gave
Yeah.
us the task and he was still looking for the band to
Yeah.
play
Oh, yeah.
for.
So that's not.
And
our
we
fault.
asked Chloe as well.
But that's
It's
the
not
thing,
our
we
fault,
can't do
but-
any. There was meant to be 2 bands in 2 nights.
Yeah, it's not our
It
fault,
ended up
but
being
even
one
though that
band.
he still
Unless-
gave us the thing, but so we should actually really
That we
push the
should've
promotion.
Yeah.
Done it a bit more.
But that's
Yeah,
what I mean, because I feel
promotion if
like
you didn't know the band.
like how do you promote something you don't know? I feel like what we
Do you know
ended
we-
up with
Uh-huh.
was like we were promoting not for Vodun, but we weren't promoting for Vodun like because we didn't know we were supporting them.
Yeah.
Do you know what you should have done? What I would have done was promoted us, just for like, wow, Ollie said I'm getting a band.
Yeah.
Promote us, get everyone amped up.
But I feel like that's what happened.
Then say the main event, Verdun. Then you make the poster, post it
But I feel
everywhere.
like that's what happened.
But that's a
It
bit
didn't.
awkward
That
though.
didn't
No,
happen.
but what I'm
'Cause
saying
we
is I
waited
feel
until
like
Verdun's name came up. Then we promoted it.
no, promoted on the people doing like Lawrence doing promotions did.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm saying like I told people, oh yeah, I'm doing a gig like on this
Yeah,
day
yeah, yeah.
from ages ago.
No, but I mean like the way
But,
we
like,
promoted Verdun was
yeah,
excellent.
but I'm
We
saying the
should've
people
promoted
that
ourselves.
turned up,
Do you
was
mean
people
like
from us.
outside, like you know how people
Everyone,
give like
Facebook,
flyers?
Twitter.
everyone,
and
yeah.
that?
But it was that whole
yeah.
thing of like
Yeah,
me
that would've
putting
worked, that would've
if
worked.
I put something on like my Twitter or my Instagram like the day before,
Mhm.
no one's gonna come.
Because even if
They're not gonna be there.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
And for me to just put it up for the sake of putting it up, it made no sense. And especially when like I'm not into like Vodun's music and my friends aren't into it. So if they come in, they're only gonna come for me, and then that's what I'm saying. Like
That's
we'll probably
another
end up with
thing,
the same
yeah.
situation that we had.
people leaving,
But
yeah.
people are just gonna leave
Yeah.
because they're not like relating to it.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. People leave because they still pay to get in, so the
It's
money's
true.
still going to Verdun.
But then I'm saying like on the whole like band thing, like if people are leaving, they're not buying merch.
That's true.
They're not spending money at the
They're not
bar.
actually listening to the music.
Yeah.
They're
I
not
think that's
really
another
caring
thing,
about
though.
the music because obviously you go to gigs to listen to music.
Yeah,
enjoy
exactly.
I don't
it.
understand how the
So-
music students left. If you're a music student, stay, listen to the music, even
But
if
I
you
think
don't
listen
not
to
enjoy
the
everyone's
it.
the
different
same.
genres as well.
But I
It
think
doesn't
I feel like
matter.
not
I'll listen
everyone
to any
does.
genre. At least
Not
I
everyone's
tried
as
it.
open. Like some people are really set in their ways. That's what I'm saying. Like people that I spoke to about it saying like, oh, like a band I'm in and there's 2 other bands are supporting and then we're opening for this band.
Mhm.
They went and like googled Vodun and they went into their music. It wasn't even like, oh, they're not bad, but it was like,
So into it.
yeah.
Because
So they're
everyone
not
has
gonna
their
come.
set genres that they listen to.
And it's true, and I think you have to play for that. You don't.
Yeah.
If someone is doing a grime night, there's only grime artists, and they promote to the scene that listen to grime.
If I'm there, even though I don't like grime, if I go there,
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to it.
But of course,
just
but I'm saying you
yeah.
get the odd person like that. But the majority of people at like
They would leave, yeah.
a Stormzy
Yeah.
gig are there for Stormzy. They're not there because they just happened.
Yeah,
To
so this
walk
was like
in,
how
they
many
know
people
what-
did
do
that?
you know
I
what I
just
mean?
want to go and like
They know
just,
what they're there
you know,
for.
Yeah.
But I feel like even
Yeah.
with a lot of our, we didn't even know what Vodun were like properly. So like,
You
how
till
could
we
the people
searched
we
them up.
invited know what they were going to be like? They
Yeah.
didn't know.
If we did,
That's true.
So I think the promotion was a big
And
issue.
we done the workshop right before our performance.
Yeah, I feel like
so
if
we
we
knew,
had a plan,
we got
that,
to know them before the performance, which
I
doesn't
think the
make
workshop
any
should have
sense.
been like the day before.
Yeah.
Because that time that we
yeah.
did the workshop, we could have done that rehearsal
done
sound
that.
And
check.
the sound
Soundcheck,
check. That's what I
yeah.
was about to say.
We
Yeah.
could have done a lot of things in that 1 hour.
I feel like the
Yeah.
workshop, as you said, the workshop should happen before.
Yeah,
so at least
like
we
around
know
a
what we're
week.
getting in.
We know the
We
people.
know the people.
We can promote them. We know who we're
We
talking
speak
about.
to
We
them
know
as well.
But I
who
think
they
that
are.
we
was
could
like-
also known how to promote as well.
if
Yeah.
we
Oh,
knew,
blah, blah, blah.
if we had met Vodun 2 weeks before, like we found out that last week before the halftime who we were supporting. If we'd found out maybe 2 weeks in advance, 3 weeks in advance, we could have organised that for them
Do you know
to
what's
come
funny?
in. But
We
didn't.
knew them before the half term. We came back, no one still searched them.
I'd search them.
Some
Yeah,
people searched them.
I
but
knew
the
about
majority
them.
didn't.
We
But that's what I
spoke in the
mean.
group chat. We were like,
Yeah, because
really,
when we
yeah.
found out, I literally left college and
You found
YouTube
out, yeah,
them,
yeah.
and I wanted to know. Like, of course, I want to know who
Yeah,
we're
then you wrote
supporting.
in the group
But
chat.
then when I saw them, I did think like, how are we supposed to support
Yeah,
that
so
with
you
the
kind of
music
just
we
support
have.
them?
left it,
Like,
yeah.
how is my band's music gonna support them?
Yeah, because our
Because I
music is
didn't
already
see it.
like
I
different
saw
genres.
it as
Yeah.
either clashing or not taken away from. It's not like we're like better, like we're making them look bad, but it didn't add. It didn't set the scene for Vodun to come in. It was like, like Soulful Distortion set the scene, and then we set the scene for Untitled, and
Yeah.
then Untitled finished. Then there was a gap, and then there was this new genre that
It was a
started.
pretty
Yeah.
big gap. That
And
gap
it- yeah.
was
Yeah.
long.
I think that was
Was it
something
meant to
we
be
have
like that?
I think it was supposed to be 10 minutes max. I think
It
they
was
went
it
to
was
20
longer.
minutes.
But we
really
didn't.
long.
Did we even open at the right time?
Yeah, we did open.
Did we open in the right?
Yeah. Like,
So I don't
it
think that was
just-
gonna
I feel
happen.
like
I thought
it,
we
when
were
we
there.
opened, I was in the box office, but
Yeah.
I feel like it was so awkward.
Why?
Like from like us organising everything, and then they go straight to perform without no sound check. Like it just felt really awkward.
Yeah.
The way they just
for
had
Vodun, or?
no for our
Fans.
bands.
Oh,
When
yeah.
when Soulful Distortion had to go up, like it just felt random and awkward. Like they just got chucked up there to sing now.
But I think it could be
Yeah.
like because not that I found it difficult, like because I like you was in the match and I was like on the bar and you were doing the box office and you were doing the
Background music.
background music stuff. Like it wasn't difficult, but I think it's hard to focus on a performance and what you're doing if you're also working the night.
yeah,
like,
that doesn't make
Yeah,
any
that's
sense.
it was
true.
difficult. Like the same thing with like when I was going on stage, I had no idea that we were going on
Yeah.
because I was
Like if
I
you
was
Organisation.
literally
in a real
Yeah,
world,
I
it's
was
an
opening
organisation
a bottle
issue.
of beer, and then my friend was standing at the front, and she came round and said, "Isn't that your band?" about
oh
to go
yeah, that
on?"
was just horrible.
So I had to like open the beer, give the man his
Yeah.
beer, take his money, give him his change, and then grab a money and be like, "You need to thing," and then run on stage. That
So
was
from
like
the jump,
Oh
organisation was
my
bad.
God.
it was
Gosh,
organisation
no
and
way.
promotion. I think were the main
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
Had we like done it better,
Yeah.
it would have went.
But then I think it was just everything. Not everything was left last minute, but finding out who you're supporting.
But with all of those
A
bad
little bit
things,
before.
what? Like,
But
how did we
we
deal
still.
with it?
That's what I'm saying though. I don't think that anything really affected us to the point of it was like,
It just
The
went
performance was
horrible.
terrible,
that
yeah.
was
Yeah.
bad. Or
'Cause at the
like,
end of the day, was
We-
the performance
yeah.
good?
that's
We
what I'm
actually
saying.
did
good.
quite well compared to all these issues that,
Mm.
like, we got the job done basically,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we were on top of that we were doing other work.
Yeah, the
Like,
task
while
was
other
to get
peop-
people to come, support,
Yeah.
and also like do the box office, the
I
audio
think we
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
managed.
what I
We
mean, though.
all managed it really well, considering we.
But I
well,
feel
had
like
to
it could have just been
multitask,
like it could have been smoother.
Yeah.
It could have run
Yeah.
smoother, and then it not more enjoyable because I think everyone enjoyed it, but like
No, but I feel like I couldn't enjoy it because I had.
I was a bit
'cause, like,
stressed out. I'm
Yeah,
not
like
gonna, I was
with everything
stressed
going
out.
on,
Like even like to the
you
smallest
can't
things of like
concentrate on
I
what
didn't
you're
have
doing.
enough change in the money box. So like obviously like it's not like I don't know how to, if adults are coming and they're giving me a £10 note, I then have to give them change.
Yeah.
So I'm giving away all my change and then I'm getting the same people coming back to me with notes.
With more money, so you.
I literally got to the point where I had no change and then there was no one for me to be like, can you go and change this with the box office? And then I think Shadrach even had to go to the shop to change like 2 20s into pound coins and £5 notes because we had no change. And like I feel like there was no communication. Like we should have just had like walkie-talkies or something.
That's true.
Because it was just so difficult.
It would have been more helpful.
Yeah, something like that.
Like I don't like because someone was always like it was either always Amani or always Shadrach with me on the bar, but I feel like they didn't really do as much. Like not in a thingy way, like but I was on first, and then okay, so I was on the bar, and then Soulful Distortion were on, and then Shadrach because he was in that band as well, so he was on, and then
Yeah, but Shadrach couldn't really do anything. 'cause
no,
he was
that's what
in
I'm
both
saying. Like he
bands.
had to be on for both bands, so that again already messed up his thing, and then like the flow of the thing, and then when we went on, I came off, and then Ollie was on the bar.
Sorry, I said these are my guys. I'm going to kick them out.
Yeah.
I'm afraid, guys, that's the end. We need to go. So let's go into 148A.